Hi there, I'm Robin from Bibcorp Audio. In this video I want to go over the core concepts for the Unreal version of Modular Music Kit. After you've installed the plugin from the marketplace, you can find it and enable it in the plugins window over here. Remember to restart the editor. Let's look at the content that's included with the plugin. If you can't see the plugins folder, make sure it's enabled here in the settings. The main feature is the music player. You can access it both from C++ and Blueprints, and in this project I'm going to show you some Blueprint implementations. It's designed to be dragged and dropped into your level and very quickly set up in the details panel. Any sound file you've imported into your project can be assigned here in the music player. Sound Wave and Sound Cue are both Unreal built-in types, but the Modular Music Track is a custom type created by this plugin, and I'll go over it in more detail soon. Let's just select any sound wave and try it out. As long as the music player is set to autoplay, all you need to do is run your game and the music is automatically gonna play. Now let's talk music tracks. The purpose of a modular music track is to give the end user some tools so they can modify the music. If we take a look in the plugin's resource folder, you can see that here there is some sample music included. This sample music is one song that has been split up into multiple sound files. Each sound file represents one instrument in this case. Then if you take a look in the examples folder, here is an example music track. If you open it up, you can see that it's made out of those channels that we have individually imported. The BPM and time signature settings can be ignored. They're set by the composer when creating the music track. Alright, now let's open this track up for editing. You open the track editor by pressing this button here in the UI. Here you can again see all the individual channels and now can start making modifications. Let's listen to the soundtrack. Since every instrument is represented by one channel, you can adjust how much space an instrument takes up in the composition by adjusting the volume. You can even disable an instrument completely by just disabling the channel. Let's listen while we enable and disable individual channels. And let's see how the tone changes completely for the overall soundtrack. In this example, the melody is being played by 3 different instruments. By mixing and matching or replacing, that can also change the tone of the music. Disabling drums can be a way to calm the music down a little bit, even though it's still playing at the same tempo. Now you know what a music track is, and they can be played just as easily as any other sound file in the music player. But the real power of music tracks is being able to save multiple different variations and then switch between them. Let me show you an example where we take one soundtrack and then make 2 different variations of it. One variation is a little bit more toned down, a little calmer, and we'll use that for exploration when the player is just walking around in the world. And the other variation is going to be for combat. and the idea is that the combat music kicks in when you get attacked by an enemy. I'm going to make a copy of the example track into my contents folder. I'll name it something like Exploration. I'll modify it a bit until it feels a bit low profile and doesn't take up too much space. I'll make sure to at least leave the drums off for this first variation. And then the easiest way to create a new variation of this music is to just duplicate the first one. And this is going to be the combat music. Open up the new one for editing. And this time we're going to use the drums to get a combat feeling. I'm replacing some of the other instruments and then I'm saving this. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to use this plugin to play music in blueprints. Let's for example use the level blueprint. All I need to do in begin play is to call one of the play functions on the Modular Music Engine. The Music Engine is an engine subsystem, so it's available to you in blueprints and widgets. And Unreal is going to create this system for you, both in the editor and in built games. In this case we use the play music track function, and we assign the exploration track that we created earlier. Then I'm making a 5-second delay before switching over to the combat music. And this time we're going to use a crossfade function. To make sure that the music doesn't start over from the beginning, we can get the current playtime from the music engine and use that as start time. And now our game is going to switch from the more gentle exploration variation over to the combat variation. There are more ways you can use this plugin, but I don't want this video to drag on for too long. I wanted to mostly focus on the basics. I'm also planning on making another video that goes a little bit more in depth in some of these features. I hope you found this helpful, and I really can't wait to see what you can figure out to do with this plugin. If you ever make anything that you want to share, please ping me on social medias. I'm leaving links in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your game.